What's good, everybody? It is June 1st, 2025. This year going so fast. But this is the Black Show. What's good, y'all? So this episode gonna look a little different. I'm gonna clean it up. I was like, let me actually edit one and see how it goes. I've been dropping the shorts so much that I haven't put together a full episode. But today we're gonna talk about. It's gonna be more of a topic-driven episode today. So if you like those, stick around. And I started a new Instagram. It's BMGMKE again, I think. Yeah, at BMGMKE. Add me over there. Same thing as BMGMK or no BMG Kenny on X. Yeah, add me on the socials. I'm slowly. I'm not really posting anything, but I'm slowly coming back around to the socials. I guess it helps when you're making content. But today's topics we're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs. We're gonna talk about the NBA playoffs and kind of how the flow has went this year. We're gonna talk about some podcasts with some sports guys. I got some advice for Travis Hunter. Then we're gonna go. I'm gonna touch on this black fatigue stuff again, and then a couple interesting stories with Glenn Greenwald. I'm gonna talk about that too. And then I want to as well when I found out about this country that I also want to break down for y'all. So we're gonna get right into it. So I'm a Knicks fan. I know I got a Bucks hat on now. I'm a homer, so I'm still a Bucks fan. I'm a Bucks and a Knicks fan, I guess I'll say. So this playoffs has been one of the interesting ones because I had the lowest of the lows and the highs of the highs as a fan in the same playoff, if that makes sense. With the Knicks playing, doing so well, and then the Bucks kind of just falling apart pretty much and talking about a breakup with Giannis and all of that. But I will give the NBA credit now. Because this playoffs I've actually watched, right? And it's real nostalgic kind of old feeling because it's good basketball being played, great defense being played too, and it's really good shot making. It's like it's the basketball that you kind of want to see as somebody that played in high school and then have hooped my whole life, not on that level, but hooped my whole life. So played sports my whole life. It's the kind of sport you want to see. So it's really dope to watch the NBA this year. So I've always been one that's been a conspiracy head about all the pro sports really. And the reason why people think it's like, oh, just like conspiracy. Like the reason why is that legally NBA is classified business wise as sports entertainment. So is the WWE. So is any professional wrestling. So what that means legally, they can alter results to get a certain outcome because it's not competitive sports league. You know what I mean? It's a different classification. So, or at least I think I may be completely wrong on that, but that's what I think that means. So why wouldn't you for business purposes alter stuff? And it's the players say it themselves. So I think it's starting to get out more now. But I think that Adam Silver pulled back from the conspiracy stuff this time and just let the hoopers hoop because that's what I felt watching this last, especially the conference finals from both sides. It's like it was just hoopers out there hooping. It wasn't no off the court drama, off the court nonsense. It's just the boys out there playing basketball. We just bet money. That's how it was. It's dope to watch. So I think the NBA is coming back because it was on a down curve for a long time. But other thing I think that's gonna happen. I'm just trying to speak it into fruition a little bit. That Giannis comes to the Knicks. We got the assets to trade for Giannis and Brunson would be so good, bro. Brunson shooting shots, Giannis getting rebounds and dunking. Giannis ain't got to bring the ball up court no more. He can go into that Shaq Kobe role. Crazy. They'll win like 4-5. All right. So speaking of that, I want to talk about the like sports world podcast and like the sports aspects podcast, right? I genuinely like Gil's Arena, some of them I genuinely don't really care for a lot of those because those guys up there, not all of them, but I think it's just Gil and Nick Young. I might have talked to one of Nick Young cousins. She was a weirdo too, but they like are still playing a character, and it shows. But then like when I'm scrolling Jeff Teague and his boys podcast, and I'm guessing that Jeff Teague's boys that they grew up together. I'm guessing that. I don't know for sure. Again, they may have went to college together. I don't know, but you could tell they know him outside of the It's not from the basketball world. Why they know him? They know him from the real world. And I think a lot of people that's on Gil's Arena, they just know each other from the basketball world. Like they didn't. If basketball was taken away, them dudes would have never met. And it seems different in or professional basketball was taken away because I don't know if them is Gil's college teammates, but that podcast is the NBA should be pushing those. I say that because like as a sports fan for like most of my life, so really started watching in the late '90s when I was a little kid, where I got like passionate about sports. It's been so dope to hear like KG and Paul Pierce, another one I put in the Jeff Teague in the category. Hear the stories behind the stories. It's like we getting the peek behind the curtain as like fans, and that's dope because you don't really get to do that. And like I think I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think in ninth grade I either played Jeff Teague. We had a tournament at Indiana Speech for AAU, and it was like a spring tournament too. So it was like I remember we had to miss school for it to get down there. If he was but you never know because we was kids, so it's like eighth or ninth grade. But if he was the person that I think he was, dog had game back then. But the one person I say like I'll never let nobody disrespect is OJ Mayo. OJ Mayo was the coldest cat I've ever seen in my life in our class, like the coldest I've ever seen. Mike Conley was a monster too. And they was all down at the tournament. That was a dope thing of being in the Midwest. It was some Midwest hoopers, and I wasn't that great a basketball player. I was serviceable, like point guard, distributor. Like I wasn't gonna get buckets like that. I can get buckets now because I understand it, but back then I wasn't no bucket getter. I was just a good teammate. But being able to be around an environment was super dope, man. Also, it's funny to me on KG and Paul Pierce podcast because KG always be saying Lord, and that's how I know like a lot of people ain't really from the trenches like that because they don't even know what that stands for. Nothing. I'm like, the fact that he just saying that on a major podcast is hilarious to me. It is. Shout out to KG, man. That's a super dope podcast. Okay, staying on sports talk. I got some advice for Travis Hunter, and this is not hate at all. At all. Travis Hunter is cold. He got his boy drafted at quarterback. You know what I'm saying? He got his uncle a job. You know what I mean? So I don't never want to knock Travis Hunter, but my experience. So I coached college, coached high school, played college a little bit. I got hurt. Played high school. So been around the locker rooms, been around the guys, and the thing. And anybody trying to knock Travis Hunter or any of these guys, homie from Philadelphia, for doing the TikTok dances and all that stuff, like that's old heads just not understanding. This is their new generation. This is what they do. So like, don't knock them for that. And it's dope that they found ways to make like, and I don't want to say monetize the image, but to take control of the narrative of how they're spoken on because they do got camera phones and they did build fan base. You know what I mean? So now they control their own narrative, which is always dope. But I've been watching highlights and you see OTAs and him doing the dances and like just being extra. And that's the part where I want to say to Travis, like, just chill out a little bit, bro. Like nobody probably ever said that to you because you always been the dude, but you going into a situation where all of them dudes in that locker room have been and are the dude. So it's only so much of that they gonna tolerate. And unless you just balling during the season, then you can Odell Beckham, you can do whatever you want. If you getting money and they're like, oh, this cat really that cold, they ain't gonna be like, we can't tell him nothing. But your first slip up, man, the media is gonna shred you like does he take it serious? That's how it's gonna go. And man, the part with Travis Hunter that upsets me a little bit, because like I have my thoughts of what like Shorty and his, like from what I see from Shorty and his relationship are and all of that stuff. That's none of my business though. That's why I don't speak on it, because it's none of my business. Like people being in other people's relationship dynamics is weird. It's normalized for sure, but it's also still that doesn't discount that it's a weird ass behavior. So like, don't we allow that shit? But it's so weird to be even mentioning a. Why are 40-year-olds on their podcast talking about a 21-year-old and his girls? 21-year-old millionaire, multimillionaire, will be rich for the rest of his life, and his girls like relationship. That's real like desperate housewife is weird behavior from men, especially from men. From women, I would understand it, but from men, that's weird behavior. Like that was that RG3 Ryan Clark thing too. Like, bro, why you talking on that dude's wife? That's weird, bro. That's weirdo shit. That's why Ryan Clark apologized. That's weirdo behavior. Like people's out relationships have nothing to do with what they do on the field. So why are y'all trying to intertwine those two? You know what I mean? Like that's why I say, Travis, man, like ball out this year, man. I hope it's a great year for you, bro. But just advice from the old head advice now. Uh, Chill out a little bit. Like I'm old now. I died of grades, man. So I don't look that old, but I'm old. But just chill out a little bit. Chill out a little bit. You already locked in, but chill out a little bit. Bring the person, not the ego, because the ego you still want. Bring the expression down a little bit, and so you don't isolate yourself from the team. That's the best way to put it, because you would easily isolate yourself from the team, where they be like, "Dog, we tired of this nigga." And then you know how they get in the locker room when it's a teammate you don't like, even if he can ball, it's still that like that resentment, and you don't want that, man, because you have a long career. So, shout out Travis Hunter. All right, so I did a couple videos on black fatigue, right? And I see videos of like people like this black fatigue is a term like that's like saying nigga. Like, no, it's not, bro. Well, I guess kind of yes, it is. I guess kind of yes, it is. But it's not about racism. It's about behavior. So like, because you can't just say like, oh no, that's everybody. Because all black people ain't niggas, and all niggas ain't black people, and it's a lot of white niggas. It's a whole lot of Asian niggas. It's a whole lot of Hispanic niggas. Like, we are not the only version of niggas. Have you been to Central Wisconsin? It's a bunch of white niggas, bro. And they kind of fun to be around because it's a little bit less violent, but violence is also always on the table. So it's a weird energy. But and the funny part is in the black community where it's just ironic and it says it's like poetic damn near. The black people I see saying that this black fatigue thing is racist and misunderstanding that idea are the exact person that everybody else is tired of. It's two things. It's black fatigue happening right now, and it's liberal fatigue happening right now. And it's super obvious. It's super, super, super obvious. And it's gonna slowly that it's the bell curve, man. Once you get to a certain point, it's not we're on the way back down. It's not you're not gonna just stay on the incline. Like it's for every action, it's a reaction. And this is the reaction to them last like 8 years of just nonsense we had to live through. Like, I'm glad I didn't have no little sisters playing sports because I would have freaked out. Like, I'd have been like, no, we not doing this. Like, I don't care what y'all are saying. He is not playing against my sister. Man, it was so funny. I forgot what. It's a case in Milwaukee he's talking about. And I said it was like a comment I had on my ex account. Follow me, BMG Kenny, right? And Buddy was like, he tried to go on this whole thing of like, you're basically everybody on the internet thinks everybody they're talking to is stupid. That's the part I realized. So but then they project that how they feel on everybody else. So he was like, you think you're right, a bunch of stuff. And I was like, it was like snarky advice. You know what I mean? Like one of them like asshole comments, but saying I'm giving you advice, asshole. And my response was like, I don't take advice from they thems. And he said something about dude, and my response was like, you're the dude that don't even know what duty is. If you watch Tropic Thunder, you'll get that reference. Like, it's the people that we're talking about are the people that don't understand they're being talked about. Like, how fucking funny is that? That's hilarious, bro. Like, they don't know that we're talking about them. They don't think that applies. It's wild. That's why I almost started to feel bad for people now. Like I legitimately starting to feel bad for people because I'm like that the way people's brains have been wrecked over this last like 10 years specifically. It's crazy, bro. Like people can't help how they feel now, and it's so one sided or so like red team, blue team that like it's never gonna be fixed. So, and I just heard some shit happen in some stuff happened in Russia today too, where like this is about to get big time. They bombed some nuclear bombers. This is crazy. But I'm gonna say this: it's cultural exhaustion. If we don't want to use black fatigue, let's use cultural exhaustion. I'm exhausted by black hood culture. I'm exhausted by it, bro. I went back home to Milwaukee. I got back yesterday, right? While I was there, I'm like, bro, I can't stand being here with these people that act a fool. And it ain't black people, it's niggas. Niggas of every race, color, and creed. Bunch of niggas. I don't hate niggas though, because I got some nigga tendencies. I know that. But it's about I don't bring them out all the time like most niggas do. So yeah. Black fatigue is we're gonna change that term to cultural exhaustion. All right. You can't call it racist then. Cultural exhaustion. All right, let's talk about Glenn Greenwald's situation, which is very revealing for a lot of different things. Okay, so I'm not gonna speak on what the video was or like the private stuff that he does by himself. Like we all knew Glenn was a gay man. We all knew that. Like, so that's not surprising to nobody. I will say Glenn is a wild boy. He's a wild boy. But what this video did revealed a bunch of things. I'm gonna talk about a couple of them because one, I don't know if I really want to get into of who's blackmailing them because my channel's hard. I don't want to mess my channel up. So it sucks. You got to be like that, but it is that. Cancel culture is done, and it's over, and it's how you address it. He just like, yep, that is what it is. What's up? I'm still finna do what I do, and that's how you always supposed to respond to stuff like that when people try to blackmail you, people trying to hold stuff over your head. Own it. Okay, so the next thing with this is that people don't really care as much about people's personal stuff no more at all. At all. Like, and I think because everybody stopped realize that none of us are perfect. None of us are doing exactly what we want to do. Even the best, like Elon Musk is a tweaker. You know what I mean? Like, it's nobody that's like just killing it. Like, it's maybe like one or two people like who's just killing it in life, like overall just getting it done, locked in. Other than that, everybody's just out here swimming in the ocean, man. So like nobody cares. And that pressure to be perfect is gone now. Like, and again, it's a reaction to the reaction. So one side tried to push this that like you gotta accept everything, accept everything, accept everything. And then tried to blackmail other side with the stuff that you told everybody to accept. It's just stupid. It was stupid. It was bad logic. Like, it was just terrible logic. That's why I was like, we have incompetent people that are scheming. Like, even the schemers are incompetent. But I think it's a sign of social progress, man. People want authenticity. People want realness. People want who people really are. So it probably gained Glenn some fans, low key. Probably did. It's a weird world. Like I can see that. So the random topic of the day I want to talk about. Another one of my like scrolling sessions. I landed on Kazakhstan. I didn't really realize. I didn't know what Kazakhstan was. I remember in Borat movie, which was hilarious. Even though I don't like Sacha Baron Cohen that much because he got kind of weird. He got like Michael Moore at the Bowling for Columbine. You could tell he just got bought out. But so I didn't think Kazakhstan was a real place. And I guarantee you watching this right now, without having to search for it, could tell me where Kazakhstan is, or what countries are next to it, or even what region it's in over besides like being in the Eastern world. You couldn't even tell me where it's by. But if you see videos from this place, like the design of it is crazy. Like it's like conspiracies about the free energy stuff. Like, why haven't the other countries hired those builders and like had them build cool shit all around the world? Like, why is it just in Kazakhstan? It looks like the capital from the Hunger Games. You know what I mean? And that's the crazy part to me. And then whenever I see footage of it, it's barely any people around. Like, that's an interesting place. Like, I would love if they would allow me, because I don't know if they have a king or I don't know how they run their stuff, but if y'all would allow me, I would love to come tour with you can put me whoever you want with to tour. I'll follow the rules, but just videotape it so Americans can see what Kazakhstan is from a Kazakhstani view. I would love to go do that. If they allowed me, I would be honored to go do that if they allowed me, because it seemed like a super dope place. And Shavkat Rakhmonov is a savage. So he is a savage and a future champion. So I rock with Kazakhstan. It's not a negative, but I just want to know like what is going on there. That seems like a super interesting place that we have never been taught about. So, all right, y'all. What I'm gonna do is we gonna wrap it up. Today is the Black Show. Appreciate y'all for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, BMGMKE. I have 0 and 0 right now. So I literally just started the channel. So if you get in early, you could just chop it up with me and I could just talk to you. Because I deleted my old one. Because I wanted to get rid of people that was following me on there so I can like better vet who I'm following and who's following me too. And I took a social media break for like 6 months. So follow me now. You can actually talk to me in person. It's kennykamz. It's a picture of me with a microphone is the main one. It's the main picture. And it's like 2 posts, like bad ones. Some of my music is posted. So that's the real one. So if you want to talk to me, come holler at me there, or BMG Kenny on X. I tweet wild shit. So it's hilarious. I love back and forth on the internet too. So I see it as sport because I can't be an athlete anymore. But all right, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. It's kennykamz, y'all. I'm out.
Why you try to hide it? I know you got your secrets, but ain't no need to fight it. Down the past life and all week and last night. What up? Just be outside when I pull up. Girl, just hop your finance in this truck and bust this move with me. Girl, you know what you do to me.